Welcome back to Sanatana Puranas. We're all about diving deep into the incredible stories from our scriptures. And today, oh man, we are looking at an arsenal that makes modern science fiction look like child's play. Seriously. So I want you to just forget about laser blasters and star destroyers for a second. Why? Because the ancient Indian epics, we're talking the Ramayana and Mahabharata, they describe weapons with such mind-bending power, it literally forces us to question everything we thought we knew about the ancient world.
So what exactly are we dealing with here? I mean, were these just, poetic metaphors for storms and fires? Or, and this is the big question, could they be echoes of a lost, hyper-advanced science? Well, let's dive in and find out.
Okay, so our sacred texts, the Itihasas, they're not just storybooks. No way. They actually lay out a whole science of warfare called Dhanuveda. And right at the heart of this science is this incredible array of divine weapons, or Astras, which were activated by powerful mantras.
All right, first up, let's talk about the Astras that could basically turn nature itself into a weapon. So check this out. The Varuna Astra was a gift from Varuna, the god of the oceans. And we're not just talking about making it rain a little. No, this was a full-on weaponized deluge, a catastrophic flood unleashed on command, powerful enough to just sweep away entire armies.
The closest thing we have today is maybe weather modification, right? Like cloud seeding. But let's be real, the scale and the sheer precision of the Varunastra that's described in the texts, it's on a whole other level. I mean, it's way, way beyond anything we can even dream of doing today.
And then you have its complete opposite, the Agniastra. This was a weapon that could summon just uncontrollable fire. We're talking turning the ground to cinders, incinerating everything in its path. It was pure elemental fury, a literal storm of fire. But okay, controlling the elements, that was just the beginning. The next level of these Astras, well, they didn't just fly in a straight line. They actually had a mind of their own. I mean, just try to picture this. The Nagastra unleashes not arrows, but a swarm of countless serpent-shaped projectiles. And these things are twisting and turning through the air, actively hunting their targets with this creepy snake-like intelligence. Absolutely terrifying, right? Think about that. This is a concept that was literally thousands of years ahead of its time. Self-guided projectiles, drone swarms, that's the foundation of our most advanced modern weapons. And yet, here it is described in stunning detail in these ancient texts. It's just wild.
And of course, we have to talk about maybe the most famous divine weapon of them all, Lord Vishnu's discus, the Sudarshana Chakra. Now, this thing wasn't just some frisbee of death you throw. No, it was described as something that completely bent the laws of physics as we know them. So here's the deal with the chakra. It was an unstoppable, totally autonomous force, guided purely by thought. It could slice through anything, hit one target, or even a whole bunch of targets, and then, poof, it's right back in your hand. It was less of a weapon and more like a physical extension of divine will. Okay, but even all of that pales in comparison to the next one. We're talking about the Pashupatastra, a weapon so powerful, so devastating, it was a gift from Lord Shiva himself. Just let that sink in. The Pashupatastra was so powerful, it could destroy the entire universe if it was misused. This wasn't for winning a battle. This was an apocalypse trigger. The texts are super clear. You never, ever use it against lesser foes because its power was so absolute, it could literally unmake creation. And get this. Look at how you'd unleash it. Not by shooting a bow. No. You could do it with your mind, with your voice, or even with just a look. This isn't just advanced tech anymore, is it? This is technology that's operating at the level of pure consciousness. Which brings us to the big one, the most terrifying, the most controversial weapon of them all, the Brahmastra. And its description in the ancient texts is, well, it's chillingly familiar to our modern world. I mean, listen to this. The descriptions in the Mahabharata are so specific, and they are deeply unsettling. We're talking about a fierce, blazing fireball, thunder flashes, mountains shattering. But it goes further. It talks about the land becoming infertile for years, no rainfall, and even causing infertility in people. This sounds disturbingly similar to a nuclear event, doesn't it?
Yeah, and this quote from someone online really hits at home. They're talking about nuclear weapons and Chernobyl, about land being unsafe for thousands of years. The ancient description of a scorched, infertile earth and this lingering sickness, It just matches the horrifying reality of nuclear fallout and radiation poisoning with shocking accuracy. So, you've got these warriors with universe-ending power, right? You'd think their whole strategy would be about total annihilation, but that's not what we find at all. Instead, right before the biggest war of them all, the Bhagavad Gita gives us something totally unexpected, a profound code of restraint.
And it sounds like a total contradiction, doesn't it? Lord Krishna tells the great warrior Arjuna, hey, you have to fight. But then he says to only do it after reaching a state of mind where you can cause no real harm. So, how on earth is that even possible?
Well, the answer is in this amazing concept called Dharma Yuddha, a righteous war. And this isn't just about fighting for a good reason. It's about a battle where the warrior's inner state is actually more important than the fight happening on the outside. So, Krishna's instructions to Arjuna are crystal clear. A true warrior has to have absolute self-control. You act because it's your duty, not because you want to win or get famous. You have to get rid of all the rage, the passion, the fear from your heart. You have to find this perfect balance, equanimity, where pleasure and pain, victory and defeat, they're all the same to you. Only then can you wield these incredible powers responsibly. So what the epics give us is this incredible vision, right? A world with unimaginable power, both technological and spiritual. But it's all balanced by this deep, profound sense of responsibility. And it just leaves you wondering, if this was their weaponry, what other secrets are still hidden, just waiting for us in the Vedas?
Wow, if you found that as mind-blowing as I did, make sure you subscribe to Sanatana Puranas because we're always doing these deep dives into our ancient wisdom. Thanks so much for joining me. Jai Shri Krishna.